Now, as a Black person myself, okay, when you hear that word, it's like, come on, you see this melanin, right? Hey tribe, it's me, Kiki T, and I'm back for another video with you ladies. Today, we're gonna talk about melanin, okay? And the fact that Black people see it, okay? So, my perspective may shock you a little bit. I tend to have conversations with old white men about not seeing color. Like, for example, I was in the laundromat one day and I was washing my clothes with Charlie, and this older white man, he comes up to me. He's just like a talker, you know, and I'm a listener, so people tend to do this to me. Just walk up to me and start talking about whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I just listen because people just need somebody to talk to sometimes. But he comes up to me and then he's talking and oh, your daughter's so cute, like blah, blah, blah. Little old white man. He's a cute little old white man. And he says, because he says something, and then he's like, because my mother raised us to be colorblind. And like he meant that his mom was not playing with them, apparently, the way he said it. And I think it's important as a Black woman to be able to have this conversation with people like him, and just to get an understanding from both sides of the conversation. You know, it's important that we as Black people have an understanding of why they say this. And that's what I want to talk to you about on today's video. They're doing construction, they're working on another apartment, and so I hear them outside of my door and it's kind of distracting, so sorry about that. But colorblindness. Now, as a Black person myself, okay, when you hear that word, it's like, come on, you see this melanin, right? But when I had this conversation with this older white man, it made more sense to me why they say this, because I don't think they're saying that they can't see my melanin. I think what they really mean is that they don't want to treat you any different just because of that. And so they call, like, their parents made them colorblind, which doesn't make sense, but it just means that they're not racist, basically. And I don't think it's something to get offended over as a Black person. Like, I don't think that's offensive. And I think having the conversation with this man, like, put it into perspective. They're not saying it to be offensive. They're actually trying to say, like, hey, we could be cool, you know? So, I don't know. I just think conversations like that, it seems kind of like a simple conversation, but in today's society where racism exists on both ends of the spectrum and throughout, you know, I think it's important for us to have these conversations and be open to having these conversations with people, because my people perish for a lack of knowledge. That's what the Bible says. And so if you don't have these conversations, you'll never know. So I encourage you to have conversations, like open, not go out and try to have conversations with different like races and ethnicities, but be open, like have an open heart. If you say you have the love of Jesus in your heart, how can you hate people so deeply? Like, that's not the love of God. So I would say open your heart to love, and so you can open your heart to love other people. And yeah, you don't have to say colorblind. If you see me and you're white, don't tell me you're colorblind. Matter of fact, if you're white, don't tell anybody that you're colorblind, because we don't get it. But have a conversation. I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.